Welcome back to the Cape Coral Fort Myers online tour. Well, I'm back. Today is 16 days after the storm, and I want to show you what Cape Coral looks like now after everything has gone past. So before I start, I want to thank everybody or my subscribers for asking how I am. I try to answer you all, so you must have gotten a response from me. I'm really good. Luckily, nothing happened to my house. And it was just a couple days that I had to be without power and water that I kind of what made it a little difficult. So with this video, what I want to do today, I want you to get an idea of what Cape Coral looks like right now. I mean, I'm in the southeast area. Most of the Cape looks more or less the same, except the south part of it that is close to the river. Those there, they got some water inside their homes. But other than that, and you know, this is basically what most of Cape Coral looks like outside that area in the south part of Cape Coral, and some of it also in the southwest. The storm surge came up, and it did some flooding. But other than that, most of Cape Coral looks exactly like this. As you can see, already everybody has picked up the stuff. They got their agricultural with the debris material, construction debris material outside in bundles, and we're just waiting for them to pick it up. And if you look at it, you know, that's basically what's going on here. Okay, for damage, as you can see, a lot of roof has some shingle missing. And let me see over here, the fences took a pretty hard hit. All those vinyl fences really took a really hard hit. The good thing is that they fly around all the parts and you could put them all back together, because my fence went down and in a matter of 2 days I was able to put it all back together, as good as new. So not everybody's handy as me, but it's not really that difficult to put it together. Okay, over here, let me see. See over here, most of the older homes that had older roofs on, they tend to suffer the most with the shingle. And other homes, like for instance this one right here, there's nothing wrong with it. And so it's a hit and miss. But the damage itself, there's no like roof being ripped off the house or stuff like that. I think the new codes have really helped a lot. I'm an Andrew survivor, and I really saw the devastation that a hurricane can do. And it's basically, if it wouldn't be for the storm surge in the south part of the Cape, it would have been not as such a bad hurricane here in Cape Coral. Some other places had it bad than here, but basically that's what it is. So over here, you see everybody has the trash outside. They're already cutting the lawn. 16 days after the storm. I can tell you that most of the supermarkets are open. Gas stations, most of them are also open. Everything's going back almost to normal already. The only thing that we have left, it's some homes that actually the pole fall on top of their electrical wire towards the house, and an electrician has to come for that to replace the replace the pole, the electrical hookup from the house, and then they give them power. Also in the flooded areas, the people have to take all the rugs out, take all the furniture out, and cut the drywall, and basically what people do during floods. But other than that, slowly but surely we're coming back to almost normal. I mean, I know that you looked at the videos probably online in the news, and you might think that this place is done, it's gone. But Cape Coral itself was Was lucky. And we just gotta wait a couple months for them to pick up all of this, and we will be as good as new. See over here, another home lost a couple shingles there. See, that basically what we have now, it's a lot of debris. The electricity, for me, it took almost 10 days for me to get the power back. And the water, I think it took almost, what is it, like 5 days, 4 days? And that was the rough. I think I prefer the water than the light. The light, we still have a generator that can help us out, but the water, you really need the water, especially when you're working outside trying to clean up everything. You need to take a bath. Luckily, since we are, since I'm already experienced Floridian, I fill all my bathtubs with water and have plenty of water in my house. Some of the preparations you have to do before the storm is get a lot of food and get your gas tanks for your generator, fill up the gas tanks, and secure your home and look at the news. Personally, if it's a category 4 or higher, I'd pencilly leave if I have to leave, because I don't want to be around, even though I'm not in a not flood zone, but you don't know what could happen. And that's what you pay insurance for if something happens. But this time, for some reason, I didn't, when they said that the storm was actually heading directly to us, it was too late. And to go over to Miami, you had the tornadoes going through I-75, and there was a lot of people in the 75, and I said, you know what, my house is, I don't think it's gonna do too much damage. So I was lucky, but we're walking down the street here, and this is when I'll show you, for instance, this house over here, like nothing happened. Something that was destroyed a lot was pool cages. Some of the pool cages that were done recently, they have new coats, and actually they did pretty good. Only the screens came off, but most of the older pool cages also had a lot of damages. You see this older home over here. Looks like nothing happened to it. It's a hit and miss. This one here. See that one? You can see that it had a lot of shingle issue. They put the tarp on. On this side, this one, nothing happened. So that's why I'm doing this video, just to give you an idea of the damage that we have over here. And I'm actually right now, I'm gonna put a picture from where the storm was, and one of those little banners on the picture shows you where I'm walking by, more or less where I'm walking, and so you could see the storm and see where I'm, the area that got hit. The problem with us was that the storm hit us from probably it was 11 o'clock all the way to 6 o'clock at night, because we were on the right side and we got the whole storm all the time. We didn't get no eye. We got pretty close to the eye because we did see some sun coming out, but the wind never gave up. So, and I'm over here, there goes a helicopter. Got a lot of helicopters going around. We're near the hospital, so a lot of helicopters come from Sanibel and Captiva and bring people over. Well, that's another thing I forgot to mention. Pine Island Bridge, the little islands that connect to the bridge, they completely were gone. They were all underwater, so the street was completely damaged. And thank God, in I think less than a week, I think it was 3 days, they had it all already ready for people to be able to go over and take some help to the people in Pine Island. And now in Sanibel and Captiva, last week they opened up for emergency vehicles to go over the island to start bringing the power back up in Sanibel and Captiva. So Pine Island already has a lot of areas with power, already has a Winn-Dixie open, and they're working now on Sanibel and Captiva. So everything's moving kind of fast. I've experienced a couple of hurricanes, not like this one that's technically here in this area here. This was a direct hit. The only one that was close like this while I was living here was Charlie. But I see everything this year, for some reason, everything moved a little faster. I mean, not so much confusions, like traffic lights. I mean, the day after the storm, you could actually, I don't know how the city did it, but they cleaned out almost all the streets. I mean, you could almost drive through all the streets. They did a hell of a job cleaning out the streets. So by the second, third day was even better. A lot of traffic lights were out. The police came in and we started having volunteers and a lot of policemen from other counties come in, and the military, and they started directing traffic and stuff. But it was just a couple days until they had it all, most of the intersection fixed up. And then later on, they started adding more electricity to different areas, and everything started getting better and better. So for instance, look at that pool cage there. It did not feel any damage. It's probably a newer cage. Also, the place where the wind hits you, so it's a hit and miss. Tight. Some homes here, they look like nothing happened. For instance, look at that one there. Everything's completely cleaned up. So, see this one in front of me? Another thing that is, you could start seeing also this, the insurance companies started sending their people in. And they actually started giving already quotes for the people to already start fixing the roof. Actually, in this neighborhood and the other side, they already did a roof already. And you can see everybody, when driving around, getting the house, the inspectors coming in and checking it out. And I mean, that was pretty quick. Most of my neighbors already got the insurance people, talked to them, and they're already starting to work on the process. So eventually you're gonna start seeing all this get repaired. There's a lot of adjusters that came from everywhere to get that job done. Check out this home here. Even the hurricane took some shingles off of the house, but Halloween spirit's still here. Check out how cool. This house here, they had the tendency of every single holiday, they decorated this nice. So, check it out, how nice. Well, I hope that this gives you an idea of what from the ground. I mean, it's just for you to get an idea. Some neighborhood got hit maybe a little harder than others, but I'm in the middle of Cape Coral, and the storm here was from 11 o'clock to 6 o'clock, non-stop wind, and this is what the damage that it did. Okay. So hope you realize that, you know, when you look at the news, it's not the whole area is destroyed. Some parts of the areas have a lot of heavy damage, but it's not the majority. And it's something that happens every once in a while, and that's what's living here in paradise is all about. Some people in California, it's a beautiful place, they have earthquakes, and they have mudslides, and they have fires. You guys in the northwest, northeast, in the northeast, you got snowstorms. So at least the hurricanes, you know when they're coming, and you could prepare, and you have the choice if you want to stay or you want to leave. So, but thanks God that it wasn't more devastated than what it was. That right now we're 16 days into it, and it's starting to feel normal. So it's gonna take a couple more months for it to be perfectly normal, but right now we just gotta go one day at a time. Okay. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on the next one.